Budgeting is absolutely essential. It doesn't matter whether you're earning 20k a year, 200k, or anything in between. If you don't know where your money's going, you're setting yourself up to fail. And this is the only video you really need to watch to sort that out. In the next few minutes, you'll find out whether you're genuinely on track for financial success or whether it's time to start making more intentional, frugal choices with your money. I'm going to walk you through how to structure your annual budget exactly like a business would. That means setting up a clear framework that paves the way for your long-term financial success, all laid out in a simple, compact package that's easy to follow. So, let's get into it. Money and personal finance is one of those topics that people try to ignore. And it's not usually because they don't care, it's because they're too scared to face it. It's easier to just bury your head in the sand than to confront the reality of your financial situation. And I get it. Money can feel overwhelming, even traumatic. Maybe you've been hit with an unexpected bill you had no way of paying. Maybe you've been stuck in that horrible cycle of only making minimum payments on your credit card every month and watching the interest pile up anyway. Money is deeply personal. So let me share a bit of my story. I grew up on a council estate with my mum, and when you're a kid on a council estate, it doesn't feel too bad because everyone's the same. We weren't the worst off by any means, and there were families way worse off than us. What I didn't realise as a kid was that my mum had racked up thousands in debt and struggled so much just to buy me the things I wanted. Eventually we moved somewhere else. It wasn't posh, but it was worlds apart from where we'd come from. I was surrounded by kids who lived in what I thought were mansions. They were just normal houses, but compared to where I'd grown up, these people seemed rich. That contrast, the embarrassment of the house I lived in, the street I grew up on, which seems so stupid now, but then it felt real. That, mixed with the realisation that my mum had struggled so much with debt, programmed into me the importance of good money management. This experience pushed me to become obsessive about my finances, determined never to let my family go through the same struggles. For others, it might have the opposite effect. They avoid thinking about money altogether because it's just too scary. If you're in that avoidance mindset, I promise you, taking control will make everything better. You just need to understand a few simple rules. But first, before you even think about building a budget, you need to understand your financial situation in full. That means running through this checklist and setting up a few essential savings pots. First, your peace of mind fund. 1 month of core living expenses. Go through your last month's bank statement and work out what you spent on essentials like rent or mortgage payments, utility bills, groceries and transport. Once you've got that figure, make it your mission to set that amount aside in an easy access savings account. This isn't for investing or long-term savings. It's for covering the smaller things that life throws at you, like your car breaking down, your boiler packing in, or an unexpected bill dropping through the door. The goal is to be able to say, yeah, I can cover that, no stress. Second, make a complete list of all your debts. Every single one. Credit cards, overdrafts, loans, buy now, pay later balances, even any money owed to friends or family. Once you've got the list, identify any high interest debts, anything with an interest rate of 8% or more, and make paying those off your top priority. These debts are financial quicksand. While you're paying high interest, investing is pointless. You'll always lose more in interest than you'd gain in returns. Third, build a 6-month emergency fund. This is your safety net for bigger life events, losing your job, serious illness, or anything that could impact your income for an extended period. This fund should cover your essential bills, rent or mortgage, utilities, food, for 6 months. Vanguard's research even found that having this kind of emergency fund can give you more peace of mind than earning 200k a year. It's the kind of financial cushion that lets you sleep at night. Finally, think about any big purchases or goals you've got coming up in the next 5 years. Maybe it's a house deposit, seed capital for a business, or a wedding. Knowing about these in advance means you can plan for them in your budget now. And remember, you shouldn't invest money you'll need for a serious purchase within the next 5 years. If the market dips right when you need it, you could end up with less than you put in. Keep it somewhere safe and accessible instead. Once you've worked through that checklist, you can start actually building your budget. And the golden rule here is simple. Live within your means, i.e. no bastard credit cards. From there, follow the 60-30-10 framework. Or, if you want to be more aggressive, switch it up to 55-25-20. but anywhere in that range is a solid framework. Here's what it means. Needs. Around 60% of your income should go towards essentials like rent or mortgage payments, utility bills, groceries and transport. Wants. Around 30% can be spent on non-essentials, eating out, hobbies, gym memberships, holidays, streaming subscriptions, and so on. Then, saving and investing. The final 10% should go towards building wealth. That might mean investing in index funds, contributing to a pension, or paying down remaining debt. This framework works because it gives you an instant visual on where your money's going. If your wants are creeping up to 50%, you know exactly where to make cuts. The key is to be brutally honest with yourself. A phone is an essential in today's world, but there's a huge difference between picking up a £200 refurbished model on a SIM-only contract versus tying yourself to a £70 a month plan for the newest iPhone. Just think about this. Every pound you don't spend now is a pound that can be invested, left to compound and grow into far more over the long term. And if you've got short-term, high-interest debt that I spoke about earlier, that's your first mission. List them from the highest interest rate to the lowest. Attack the top one with everything you've got while making minimum payments on the others. Once the top one's gone, move on to the next. And don't just use your investing allocation for this. If you're serious about turning your financial situation around, throw a big chunk of your wants budget at it too. Every pound you pay off on a 20% interest card is the same as earning 20% return on an investment, and it's guaranteed. There's no stock market risk. Once all that is understood, it's time to get practical. You should treat your personal finances like a business. That means tracking exactly what's coming in, exactly what's going out, and making sure the books balance. So, step 1, open Google Sheets. Step 2, in the first column, list the names of every single source of income and every expense you have. Step 3, add a column for each month of the year across the top. Step 4, group your expenses into categories that make sense to you. Maybe household, entertainment, personal, etc. And step 5, label each one as a need or a want. Once you've gone through this process in detail, you should have a crystal clear picture of your current financial situation. How does your balance look at the end of the year? If you have debt, how much are you actually paying off? Does your current lifestyle fit within the budgeting framework? Right, now comes the fun part. Going through each spending group, you already know what to prioritise, what to keep, and what to reduce or completely cut. This is where you take your rough budget and forge it into the 60-30-10 framework. You'll see exactly where your money's going, where it's being wasted, and it's time to trim the fat so your finances fit neatly into the plan. Once your needs and wants have been clearly defined and organised to a point where they fall within 60% and 30% of your income, the final 10% is what goes to investing or paying down debt, whichever you decided earlier when working through the checklist. I'll be covering exactly what I invest in and how to set up your budget step by step in part 2 of this budgeting series. That's where we'll actually pull up a spreadsheet and plug in some realistic numbers, the proper nitty gritty stuff. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Here's the thing, even the best annual budget will fall apart if you're not managing it month by month. Setting an annual budget is a great first step, but the truth is, proper personal finance management comes down to the monthly management. Those little transactions that make up your personal spending, your grocery budget, your travel costs, that's the bit that fucks most people. For years, and I mean well over a decade, I used to track every single transaction manually in the notes app on my phone. It worked, but the second I forgot to log one thing, it would throw everything off and drive me mad when I tried to sort it out at the end of the month. Then I found the Emma app and it's been a game changer for me. Emma connects to your bank accounts and automatically pulls in every transaction in real time, neatly categorised. You can customise those categories to match your budget, connect multiple accounts, share spaces with family, split payments between categories, even earn cashback and set up in-app savings accounts. It's like having your budget running quietly in the background without you having to do all the manual work. For me, it's the perfect companion for managing monthly spending alongside my annual budget. So if you're serious about sticking to your budget without losing your mind in the process, definitely check it out. And with that, are you going to switch up your personal budgeting game? Start pulling together the information I've talked about in this video and check back for part 2 of this video where we'll go through step by step exactly how to build your personal budget. I hope this video got you thinking about your relationship with money, from hearing about my own experience to understanding that taking control of your finances is the same as taking control of your life. We've covered the checklist, how much money you should have set aside for peace of mind, the right way to pay off high interest debt, and how to structure your finances for long-term success. If you found this video interesting, drop a like and subscribe for more content about making money online, from alternative investments to passive income ideas, e-commerce, and strategies to build long-term wealth. And don't forget to check out the Emma app using the link in the description. Now, if you're struggling to make your current lifestyle fit into the 55-25-20 framework, you're going to need to make more frugal choices. And that's exactly what I'm covering in the next video. I'm going to show you how you can completely change your mindset about spending, plus share my best tips for proper frugal living. Click somewhere on screen to watch that now, and I'll see you in the next one.